know what day this is for making music every day. Um, I am a little bit frazzled. Um, I am both like extremely happy today and so I feel like a taut wire right now. Um, but I'm really happy. Got to talk to family that I haven't been able to talk to for a while. And I learned a lot about my family history and where I came from. And I shouldn't say spooky things happened, but like maybe blessed things. That's what my cousin said. Like there's blessed things that happened. Um, but I like I it's I don't know. I don't. There are sometimes I don't have words to describe how I'm feeling. Maybe music will will be able to describe how I'm feeling, but I just feel like. Do you know? There's been a few times in my life where I felt a feeling like this. Do you know that feeling when you're on a roller coaster and you're falling like and it's like just like it's past the point where you've slowly risen up, you got all this anticipation, you sit at the top for like 20 seconds or so and then you just drop and you feel like this rush in like your core. I have felt that for the last 2 or 3 hours as I've like learned about my history, where I come from, who I am, and why things are the way they are in my family. I don't know if anyone else has had that. Um, and, you know, I'm all for breaking generational curses, but this is a doozy. This is a doozy of a curse. But I'm going to try my damnedest to break it. And I can see a lot of the parts and how they fit together, but God, I don't. I think I'll be able to fix it. I hope. And I don't know if I mentioned this, and I wanted to check this. Okay, I'm gonna check my search history real quick. History. Open history page. I wanted to check when I was feeling the need to look up Haiti and what happened to it. Was that goddamn current state of Haiti? Sunday, August 23rd. That's when I read the whole Wikipedia page of Haiti. Holy, 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 holy. Yeah, it was Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. Okay, I can't talk about some of these things. I'll talk if my if I'll have to talk to other people to see if I can talk about certain things I would like to talk about here. I don't know if it'd be wise to, but this was the spooky thing that happened. I'm Haitian. And I've always kind of wanted to know the full history Do I want you to leave, baby? No, you do not have to leave. You can stay right here. There's nothing I'm saying here that you can't see you're here. What? You don't want to say anything? Lonnie was asking if she has to leave. You don't have to leave, baby. I know it's really late, though. So if you want to go to bed, you can. But, yeah. So the thing that happened, and the thing that I know I can probably talk about, is that I'm Haitian. I'm also black. Like black American, right? But I'm also Haitian. And here's the cool thing to know about Haiti. It's the only place in the world where slaves revolted and took back the government. Only place. It's like Haiti's the only one that's ever done that. Every other place is like it's failed or been reconquered or something like that. But Haiti, like, they stood on business and they took back their government from their colonizers. And to this day, the colonizers do not have control over it because Haiti cannot be controlled. And that's where I come from. And I'm really proud of that, honestly, at the end of the day. And it made me, I've been talking a lot about, defund the police and my stance on it and why I think it's really important. And I also felt this inexplicable feeling on Sunday, August 23rd, to research my histories, to learn where I came from, to learn everything that happened with Haiti, right? And how it got to be the way it was. And I cannot describe it, but I felt this urge to this. I've never done this before, but I read the entirety of the Wikipedia history page of Haiti, like top to bottom, from Christopher Columbus to modern day. I read all of that. And I found out today that was when my family found out that they got the call that my great aunt died. That was my grandma's sister. And so you can call that, like, that was that day that they got the call. August 23rd. And she died on the same day of me, my sister, my aunt. We all share the same birthday. 17. Like the day of the month. We share that, and that's the day she died. And then a week later, they get the call. And I feel the urge to read all about Haiti. Independent of knowing any of this. I didn't hear about that she died until today. And I don't know, man. There's been a few things that have happened in my life that have been made me question some things. Like, there's been a few things in my life that have happened and I've been like, damn, that's wild. Yeah. And this tonight is one of them. The other one that I can remember, there's a few. The more I think about them, there's a couple, but there's the other one is what started the music stuff. Essentially, it took a lot of pain, right, for me to have to turn to music to express my pain. I've gone through a great deal, and I've been able to just like shrug it off and let it go. But I a couple years ago, I lost my father, and then I was like depressed for like a year, maybe longer. Uh, and then my partner at the time left me while I was still dealing with the depression, and like she was like like I don't know if you have that experience of like that's your person that you talk to and who you think is gonna be there, like your bedrock, and you know you lose one bedrock, you're like okay fine, and then you lose another bedrock and now you're falling, and that's what it felt like. Um, but prior to her breaking up with me, I had a dream. Um, and in the dream, my father, who had already passed, came to me in the dream and he said, uh, that girl's gonna break up with you. But it's all good. I always figured you'll be with a doctor or a lawyer or something. That's what he said. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And I woke up, and then a few weeks later, she broke up with me. And then I think when she broke up with me, I don't know if I said it out loud or if I thought it, but I was like, shit, I dreamt of this. And she was like, what? And I was like, just go, just leave, just leave my place. I did eventually, you know, if you listen to May 1st, the first song on that album, I do beg for her to come back. Um, and she doesn't. Um, and well, no, you have to listen to the last song on the album, Flowers on a Tombstone. And honestly, that album is poorly mixed, poorly mastered, poorly recorded. It's amateur in all senses of the word. Like I don't think I want to make a dime off of that. And if I make any money off of that, I am donating it to like I would donate it to like AA, like Alcoholics Anonymous, in honor of my father, like because he was a raging alcoholic, um, who had deep scars that he was fighting, deep big demons he was fighting. Um, that's how I feel about this album, and I feel like it's sitting there like on my wall right now. Like I'll show you, like it's right there in the corner. You see it? Like my friend got me a vinyl of it for my birthday, and that was really sweet of him. And now it sits out there, and I see it. And you know, there's things about that album that I'm not proud of. There are like many things on that album that I'm not proud of. Both like ethically, like what I did. I talk about being like bi on that album. Uh, and there's like a lot of stuff on there that like I don't know how I feel about, and I don't know if it was right, but it was how I was feeling and it's how I expressed it, and that's the story I told. And it's not perfect morally, maybe. Like I think I'll stand up, right? I don't call any women like bees um or hoes or anything like that. I do mention somewhere along the lines that, you know, sleeping with a hooker isn't bad. Like it's something I say a lot of stuff on that album, and I would defend most of it, right? Even that line in the context that I was written, it's fine. It's talking about sexual consent, right? It's talking about like you can have whoever you want as long as it's consensual, right? And yeah, that's how I feel about that album. This is all a big tangent, but this is how I'm feeling today. I'm gonna call this like spooky moments. And that's it for today. And now I'm gonna play for a bit, and we'll call it a day. And I'll finally get to go to bed. Okay, that's it for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Tell me your spooky times or moments you've had, or blessed times, blessed moments. Maybe they're not spooky. I gotta get out of that habit. But yeah, let me know. Catch you later. Bye.